Alright guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is my Bitfenix Prodigy computer build. I got all the pieces together and put it all together, did some testing, did a 24-hour Prime 95 burn through test, and everything seems to be running great. I haven't overclocked it too much yet. I mean, it's running at 4 gigahertz right now. And so, yeah, this is the case. I guess we'll kind of turn it around to the back. So this is the Asus ROG board, ITX board that they have. You can see my unboxing of that. So overall, it's pretty. I really like how everything fit together. This is my first time building an ITX machine, and so it was kind of a learning curve. It's like certain things need to be done before you put other things in, and so I had to take things out and put things back in a couple times, just getting the order right and try to make it fit the way I wanted it to. So with this board, it comes with the antenna, like an external antenna, as opposed to just screwing into the board itself with just the antennas coming out the sides. I guess you could say like bunny ears. It has its own antenna, and I really like it. And so I like it, but I also dislike it because of the wire. I mean, if there was a way to hide it somehow, that would be awesome, but the antenna is magnetic, and it can be stood up like that or laid down flat. It works both ways for me. It doesn't really increase the reception at all for my machine. For this build, the whole goal was to go with a wireless build, and because I was moving the modem somewhere else in the house, and so this will do well. I don't have an AC router yet, but wireless N with 5G does work well for my situation. So I got a Corsair AX760 power supply with the Asus ROG ITX board. I have a GTX 460 in here right now. I'm still undecided whether I want to fork out the money to actually buy a newer card, but this card definitely does what I need it to do. I mean, it's not the best, but it's obviously does the job. So can take off this side panel and I'll kind of talk to you about the case rattle that I mentioned when kind of doing an overview of this case. So these side panels, they don't fit 100% like snug, and so I went ahead and put gaffer's tape along the edge of the side panels, and then on the other side it's still rattled, and I put a little bit of tape right here on the lip, and I can show you that when we open up that side. So here is this left side of the case. So yeah, here's my card. Obviously I think this is a like 9.5-inch card, so I mean there is room for a much larger card if I would like. I mean, this side of the case is not, there's not that much to see. You can kind of see that I have a 140mm fan right there. I thought when I was unboxing the case and looking at it that it could handle two 140s in the front, and I guess I was mistaken, so I had to settle for one because I don't have any 120mm fans. So I guess I also could get I think it's a 200mm case fan, and I may look into that, but we'll see. So here's opening up this side panel, and the thing about the Prodigy is that all the buttons and USB are on the side. There's no front I/O, and so the side panel is basically always wired. And so yeah, we'll just lay this side panel here. Again, I put gaffer's tape right on this lip, and then here's that other bit of gaffer's tape that really snug down the side of the panel of the case so I don't get any more case rattle, which is great. I also noticed once, so when this case is empty, and I showed in my overview that it wobbles a bit, but now that there's actually weight in it, when you wobble it, it's actually pretty loud. And so the plastics are rubbing together, and it has to do with the feet on the way that the whole case is designed, and so everything's just kind of like rubbing up against the case. So this is the left side of the case. Kind of worked with the cable management that I had. So I'm running cables underneath the hard drives, I'm tucking cables in here, zip tied here, you know, so it's just kind of, there's not great cable management for this case, but it does work and you can still get a fairly clean build. Got a Corsair H60 right here on the back, which loops just like that. I opted for this because I thought it was a little cleaner for now. I still have my H100 and it would be mounted on the top, but right now I don't have any fans on the top. So just one intake, one exhaust, and then the exhaust for the video card as well. So I have 120 gig SSD, and then I have a 500 gig 2.5 inch hard drive, just kind of an extra hard drive that I had lying around. And I actually prefer them this size. I really wish that they could make a performance drive that's this size that is comparable to a 3.5 inch. If it is out there, I don't know about it, so if you know about it, sure, let me know. But I actually prefer hard drives this size. I don't like the weight and the size of a 3.5 inch drive. So anyway, so 120 gig SSD, 500 gig 2.5 inch drive, and then this is a 2 terabyte WD green drive. So operating system and most of the programs that I use on a daily basis, the 500 gig, which is my D drive, is just for extra programs that I use, but not all that often, as well as various, I guess my downloads folder goes onto here, just things I don't want to write to the SSD. And then my 2 terabyte drive is for all of my storage data, pictures, movies, things like that, which then is backed up to my Drobo every night. And then so I can have a backup. So yeah, overall this is kind of the case as it sits now. So obviously the only things that would change if I do anything in the future would be the H100 cooler, if I upgrade to that, and if I get a new video card, that will be a change, as well as the front cooling for the intake. And so kind of this is how it sits. As of now, I don't have any plans to change it in the near future. If I do see a good price on some component that I'm looking for, then maybe I will, but for a few months I think this is kind of how it's going to sit, and I really like it. So I guess I should mention that I did take out the hard drive cage here, as well as the 5.25 inch drive for like a DVD burner or whatnot. Took all that out, kind of cleaned out the look of the case, and kind of simplified things. That's kind of what I'm going for. It's just a very simple, good airflow case that's small and compact and easy to move around. My 300R, even though it's not a very large case, and I know there's much larger cases, but the 300R, for how big it was, it just wasn't the size that I was looking for. It was a good case and it did everything I wanted it to, but just to move it around, to take it and blow all the dust out every month or so, it was just a hassle, and I don't like big cases. So this is kind of the next step towards getting a smaller case. For now, this is what I have. We'll see if I even go smaller than this, because I really do like the footprint of this. It sits on my desk and it's much smaller than the Corsair 300R. So anyway, that's kind of wrapping up the build log of my case. If you have any questions about the internals or the way I did things, feel free to leave a comment. I'll go ahead and answer those. And if you have questions of pricing, of what I got for them at the time of this video, sure, leave those too. Like and share the video if you see fit, and thanks for watching.